Hello, this is Oliver and welcome to the Sudoku channel, coming to you from Youghal by the Sea here in Ireland over in Europe. Another glorious morning. I'm not used to all this heat that we're having. I've had me swim and hopefully I'll have another couple of swims today. The water is absolutely beautiful. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here about Sudoku, and what we do is we're going back over the past catalogue of Sudoku puzzles made by the Telegraph newspaper over in the UK, and they call them Diabolical. This is number 5599, coming from the 27th of August 2021. Part 1, we use the simpler techniques for solving, and by and large that will not solve these type of puzzles, and then in part 2 we'll go for the more advanced techniques. So here it is, and let's see what we can get from it. Now I'm using Sven's Sudoku pad. It's very handy, especially if you're a beginner. You just click on a number, double click, and you see all occurrences of that candidate. And in this case, and then we try and work out where we can put in Snyder pairs or uniques. So for example, can't be there, can't be here, can't be here, so we can put in a Snyder pair here, and by tradition they go in the corners. And we do it again, and we have one over here. We can't have that there, can't have it there, so we have a Snyder pair here. And on to the twos. Oh, just two of them. Well, that's straightforward, isn't it? We can't have it here, we can't have it here. No, that's three, my mistake. Back again. Okay, nothing on the twos or with the threes. And okay, we can't have it there, which means we're going to have our Snyder pair here. Oh, that's wrong. Should we have a 3 here? We can't have a 3 there. My mistake. So we actually have a unique 3 here. And 4s. 5s. And it's not looking great. Well, not here. And not here. So we have our Snyder pair of 5s there. And down here, not there, not there, we get a unique 5 in here. And that opens up over here. Can't have it here, here, or there, so we have our two Snyders here. Not there, not here, and we have them here. That's not very good, is it? On to 7s. Ooh. This is not going to be a nice one, is it? Yikes. Oh, okay, we're going to get a unique down here. Glad we're getting something at long last. I was going to say I was getting worried, but that's not true. I am worried. And not over there. So, Snyder pair here. Out this way, not there, not here. We get something here. Oh, that 9 here. We have to have a unique 9 up here. Well, that 9 means we can't have this 9 here. Get rid of that one, and we're going to have unique 9 here. Okay, something is beginning to work. And we're going to get a unique 9 down here as well. Not there, not there, not here or here, so that's going to be our unique 9. Okay, that's... we're beginning to get something already. Have that one done up here. Can't have a 9 up there. So this is going to be our U9. We've got all 9s in now, I think. Yeah, that's the 9 of them. Thank God for that. I was getting very worried. So with that number put in, we should be able to go back. Over, this is the second pass now, and we should be able to put more reasonable things in now. Or then again, maybe not. Well... by default. Look, this is an interesting one. We've got 2 cells left. That means we should be able to work out what will be the pair. So it's a conjugate pair that was going to go in here. So we've got 1, we don't have 2, we have 3, 4, 5, we don't have 6, we have 7, 8, 9. So that will be a 2, 6 in there. And I like to color those green because it's 2, 6 within this house, but also it's going to be a 2, 6 across here in the row, and I color rows blue. So that means I know now that there's no more 2s or 6s across here. So we can then say we can't have a 2 along here, we can't have a 2 here, but there's still 3 left over. Okay, over here now. Ah no, we still have 3. Okay, that's it on the 2s, onto the 3s. Well, not across there, not across here, so over here and here will be our pair of 3s. And, you know, it is worthwhile trying to get all these Snyder pairs and conjugate pairs in. It'll make the second half so much easier. I'm getting worried again. Ah, this 5, can't have a 5 there. Which means this now is the unique 5. And I should have got that a long time ago. So now we can't have it here, we can't have it here. So this will be our Snyder pair of 5s. And this is the only house we haven't been able to put a 5 or anything to do with the 5s in there. 6s. Well, can't be down there, which means this is where we'll have the 6s. And 7s. Where's the 8? Here's the 8. And should we already know we have all the 9s. Okay, it is not proving to be that simple, is it? Just for completeness, we need to do one last run because we did get a couple of uniques that time. So I'll just try and do it quickly. Okay, well, it can't be there, so we're going to have it here or here. It's not much of a return from what we've been, all the effort we're putting in. Oh, look at that. We have a 2-6 here. You can also look upon these as a thing called a pointing pair. So you can't have 6s along here or along here. So we can't have it up here, so we get a unique 6. And 7. And 8. And we know that 9s are already there. Look, since we got this 6, we have to do one more. I'll do it myself. If I find anything, I'll come back to you. Okay? Okay, I didn't find anything all that time. I've never had it this bad, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, look at this. We have another conjugate pair here in terms of this row. So what can go in there? Well, we have 1, we don't have 2. We have 3, we don't have 4. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But now we put in a 2, 4 here. Ah, yeah, that's okay, 2, 4 there. So let's color it. It's going to be blue because it's just in a row. It's going to be extremely difficult. I'm looking for rows and columns that might just have 2 or 3 empty cells. And I'm not finding any. Like this has got 4, which is quite a lot. I think I need to take a break. You know, there's nothing like taking a step back to see what you've missed. And look at 7s again. Can't have a 7 along here or across here. So that has to be a 7. Well, that leaves 3 missing in this one. We have another triple down here. These 3, they can be 1, 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and an 8. This one, 1, 2, 8. This, oh, there's a 1, 2 here. So we can't have a 1, 2 there. And this one, we have an 8. Ah, so that has to be an 8 there. But let's get rid of those. Okay. So this one must be an 8. And we did the 7s. Now we can't have a 7 up here. We can't have a 7 across here or there. So we have a Snyder pair of 7s. And not there, not here, not enough. Not there, not there, not enough. And I think that's all we can do with the 7s. Yes. The 8s, any change there? Well, yes, can't have an 8 up here. So we have Snyder pair of 8s are here. And that also helps us because this is also known as a pointing pair. Well, the 8s have to be there in the house. Also in terms of the column, they have to be here. So we can't have any 8s down there or up here. So we have 2 8s here, which is another conjugate pair, which I can again color. It's going to be for a house, and this time it's going to be for a column. Now, in terms of this column here, we know that the 5 or 8 has to be here. So there's 2 missing from these 2 here. So we have 1, we're missing, just go through them again, we're missing 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 is down there, 7, 8 and 9. So we're missing a 2, 6 there, but we have a 2 here. So that cannot be a 2, which means that must be the 6 and that must be the 2. And now we're left with another conjugate pair here. Aren't conjugate pairs very, very powerful? We have the 1, 2, we're missing 3, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So that's a 1, 3. But notice we have a 3 here, so we can't have the 3 here, which means that must be the 1. And this one must be the 3. So from nothing, we're getting quite a lot just because we got that 8 and this 7. I think it's mostly the 8 that did it. And well, we've done so much, we'll have to go back and do stuff again. I'm just wondering, these two, is there anything? We have 1, we're missing 2, we've got 3, we're missing 4, 5, 6, we're missing 7. Yeah, nothing to be done there. Okay, look, I'll do a quick run through it again. I think this must be my 4th or 5th pass at this stage. If I find anything, I'll be back to you. Well, fairly quickly I did, because 2 can't be here and it can't be here, which means we have a unique 2 sitting in here. And that 2 down there means that this cannot be a 2. It has to be a 6. And this one has to be the 2. Having put those, we go back and have a look at the 1s. And look at that. Can't be there, so we have now our Snyder pair of 1s. Thankfully, it's taken long enough to get them. It's been like pulling teeth. 2s. 3. Okay, can't be there, can't be there. So that is where the 3s are going to be. Across this way, can't be here or here. So we now have a unique 3 in here. Now that 3 means we can't have that 3 there. So another unique 3 slots in here. And not there, not there. There's our Snyder pair of 3s. Oh, things are beginning to work. Well, we can't have 7 across there or up here. So they're going to be 7s. 8s. Well, not down there. Not up here. So they're going to be our Snyder 8s there. And 9s. We have all the 9s. Well, you know, just before I went off looking for anything in the rows and columns, I decided to just do another quick run through to see that I miss anything, and I had missed something. And it is always worthwhile to go back over it at this stage, because you know, if you can get rid of stuff now, it'll make life so much easier. This must be a 6. Can't be anything else, and if that's a 6, that has to be a 1. Now on the 1s, will that do anything? Well, we can't have 1s here, we can't have 1 across there or down here, so we now get another unique 1. That's good, because we got very few 1s originally, didn't we? Oh yeah, well, can't be across there, can't be across there or here, so we now have a Snyder for 1s. Well, that didn't go in very nicely now, did it? So let's, can we undo that? There we go, 1s. Well, there is actually, because we can't have 2 across here, so we're now going to have a Snyder pair of 2s between there and there. And it's interesting, we have a conjugate pair here now. So what can go in there? It'll have to be a 2, 8, won't it? Because that's all it's missing. We have 1, we're missing 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a 2, 8. And anything to stop a 2 going in here? No. Or an 8 here? No. Okay, so that's going to be a 2, 8. And it is in the row. What was it doing? 2s. Well, can't have a 4 here. So this is going to be the Snyder pair for 4s. The 6 is what we put in the last time. So what does that do for us up here? Well, we can't have a 6 down here, can't have a 6 here, so that's where our Snyder 6s are going to be. Ah, look, can't have a 7 here, so that's going to be our Snyder 7s there. No, not finding anything else. What I usually do now is just go through the rows and columns and try and get, for example, there's 3 here, so that would be, oh, look at that, there's only 2 here. So that's a conjugate pair again, so 4, 7 here, this must also be a 4, 7. Ah, but we have a 7 there, which means that one must be a 4. And this one then, by default, must be a 7. Okay, now that 7 gets rid of that 7 there. Ah, this is a conjugate pair, which means this must be a 4, 5 and a 4, 5, but we have a 4 up there, which means this must be the 5. And where are we? Here, this must be the 5 and this must be the 4. Oh, another conjugate pair. This isn't getting good. What's missing here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing a 5 by the looks of it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 5, 6, and that is true for the house and for the column. Oh, look, here's another one, another conjugate pair. Ah, they're coming out of the woodwork. So we have missing here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And so that is going to be true for the house, and it's also going to be true for the column. And I can say at long last now that there isn't really anything else that we can do. You know, for example, there's 3 here, but I don't think it's going too much. Right, look, that's as far as we can go with the basic techniques. What I've done now is I've transposed everything over onto this software. The reason I use this one is because I find it much easier, well, for my brain anyway, to see shapes and things like that, chains, where to start and end chains, all that type of stuff. The reason I do that is because, for example, the 5 is always in the middle, so you know it'll be the same place in every cell. The 6 is right beside it. 1 will be the top left hand corner in every cell, whereas in the last software it can be in any different parts depending on the number of candidates there are in a cell. I find that very confusing. So that's this one, and what I'll do now is I'll put in all the possibles for you just to get you started. Give me a second now. Right, that's the lot of them, and just notice here we have a 5, 8, 5, 8, so there shouldn't be any 8s in here. But apart from that, I think what I have there is correct, just looking closely at it. I was wondering what was going to come down here, where we've got 2 7s, 3 4s, 3 8s. So still have a little bit of work there to go in and find out if there's any Snyders in the rows and the columns. But there's enough there now for you to go ahead and work out what the final solution will be and what sort of advanced techniques you're going to use. If you have a look down below in the comments, you'll see if other people have come up with solutions. Have a look at those, learn from them. I certainly learn from them. Anyway, in a day or two I will post my solution, however good or bad it might be. Alright, so if you want to be informed automatically, be sure and subscribe and click the bell, and then you'll be in the loop, so when it goes up you'll know about it. By and large, I look at 1 Sudoku puzzle per week, and then the first video on that usually comes out on the Friday, and then the second video, which is the final solution, usually, not always, but usually comes out the Sunday. Alright, so till we meet again, Slán Tamil.